All praises and glory goes to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Yakwadash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. To you, Akim, rounding about the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And this is just going to be a rant that Esau, your kingdom, is about to end. You know, and we can see it through the news. We can see it through the weather. We can see it uh, uh, in the sky, you know, through the angels, you know, because the angels are watching your every move, you know, and your kingdom is about to end, man. You know, your witchcraft isn't working no more. You know, your authority on the planet Earth is decreasing. You know, no one fears America no more, man. No one fears this this Western society no more, man. And actually, they buck up against it, man, and they hate it, you know. And your words don't hold weight anymore, Esau, Edom. Your words on the planet Earth doesn't hold weight. So that just shows you a decline of an empire that's about to collapse on itself, man. You know. Um. Yeah, but back to the witchcraft, man. Your witchcraft isn't working. People are waking up every day. Israelites are waking up every day. Um, or at least knowing that they're Israelites. You know, the heathens, they're waking up to the red and blue republic and uh red and blue teams, man. You know the parties. You know, the Democrat crack parties, man. You know, Democrat. You know, so people are waking up to your shenanigans, man. To the music, the witchcraft in the music, the witchcraft in the food. You know, you messing with the weather, the air. You know that we breathe in, man. You have polluted the planet Earth, man. You know, and eventually Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is gonna show his anger, his wrath towards you, man, and his judgment upon you is gonna be upon your ass, Esau Edom, man. You know, and it's all fun and games until his wrath is kindled upon you, man. You know, because it's gonna be kindled suddenly upon you, Esau Edom, which he's angry with the wicked every day, man. You know, but it's gonna be to the point to where y'all gonna be moving, which y'all already moving in fear, but y'all gonna feel it, man. Y'all gonna feel his anger, man, his wrath, you know, and his wrath is gonna be kindled towards y'all, man. That's why y'all gonna run into the bunkers, man. You know, tell the rocks to fall upon us, man. You know, to cover us from he who sit on the lamb, you know, who sit on that huge chariot that's gonna be in the sky, man. That fathership, man. It's gonna be Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and it's all fun and games, man, until Yahweh Shai pulls up, you know, because Yahweh Shai is y'all's biggest enemy, man. You know, the right versus the left, evil versus righteousness, man. Righteousness versus evil, man. You know, and Yahweh Shai is enmity, is basically a enemy unto this earth, man. You know, because this earth is ran by evilness, man. These heathen nations are in power. You know, they better not. They don't even look towards what goes on with the Israelites and how the Israelites been oppressed, man. But they look towards their own gain, man. You know, they don't look how much Esau and Edom has used and abused us, man. You know, but they look to how can they profit off of the backs of our of us, man. You know, which they already profit off of the backs of our ancestors, but they seek to profit off of the backs of us, man, being oppressed, man. You know, and you know it's about to come to an end, man. So Esau, I need to hurry up with the NWO, man, because prophecy is taking place on the planet Earth, man, and y'all can't stop it or change it, man. No matter how prideful y'all get, man, y'all can't change prophecy, man. Y'all can't change what the Heavenly Father and His Son has set for the planet Earth, for the universe, man. You know, no matter how much you want to, man. You know, and that's how we have to find out on this side, man, through patience. You know, no matter how bad it gets, man, we have to wait on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you know, to pull us through, man. You know, and that goes for myself. But this is an article from CNN. It says Trump tells Zelensky to give up Crimea and agree to never join NATO, man. You know, so they're still going at it, man. You know, uh, you know, I'm pretty sure we're it's a silent war at this point, you know, because I haven't heard anything with Russia or Ukraine, man, you know. But it's been a silent war at this point, man. You know, we're hearing rumors about WW3, man, but it's not fully set in stone, man. You know, but the elites, they need to come on and bring that NWO, man, because everybody's been waiting, man. You know, everybody's been waiting for that NWO, man. Your kingdom has fallen, man. You know, your kingdom has fallen, man. You know, and there's no rebirth, man. There's no rising from the ashes. There's no phoenix. You know, you're not gonna come back and rise up in the kingdom, man. You know, you might be the dumbest human being to think you're gonna rise up against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and His elect, man. You know, you know, there's no rising back when we get into power, man. Ultimately, when Yahweh Shai shows up in the fathership, and he delivers his elect, man, and they get them new bodies, man. You know, you're not coming back into power, Esau, man. So your kingdom has fallen. Well, is basically falling, man. You know, you're just too prideful to admit it, man. You know, there's no coming back, man. So all you got to do is move forward and hope and pray, which is not gonna come into fruition. That your NWO is gonna be fulfilled, man. You know. Think about it, man, how hard and long your forefathers set up this kingdom, and they went through all that trial and tribulation, man. And at the last end of your kingdom, man, is there all that stuff that they worked for is not going to come into fruition, man. You know? But the Israelites, you know, our forefathers, man, the hardships that they went through, the trials and tribulations, man, we're going to get everything, man. Plus more, you know? We're going to get everything, man. And then we're going to take the earth back in righteousness, man. You know? We're going to take back the earth in righteousness, man, because you have taken the earth through wickedness, man, and through witchcraft and deceit, you know? But after that, man, your ass is going to be in hardcore bondage, man. Our hell is going to turn into your hell, man. Your heaven is going to be our heaven, man. You know? But Air Canada flights to remain suspended as flight attendants continue strike, defying government's back to work orders. So, you know, there's uproars of the people, you know, there's riots, so forth, man. Esau's putting his military out. All it takes is a mass event, man, and I'm pretty sure one day we're gonna wake up in the world, the society as we wake up and go to work and come back home is not gonna be so, man. You know? All it takes is a mass event, man. You know? All this shit, man, all this shit is gonna come to an end. All the celebrities that sold out, that turned Israel against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that turned the 2/3 to worship idols, man, to worship other gods and other deities, man. It's gonna come to an end, man. This shit is gonna come to an end, man. This has been a shit show on the planet Earth, man. All the witches, all the witchcraft, all the warlocks, man. All the fake smiles, the lies, the torturing of children, man, the kidnapping of children, man, all the sacrifices, man. It's gonna all come to an end, Esau. All the sexual deviancy that you have been doing, in your little forests, man, in your caves, it's all gonna come to an end, man. Cause we know you damn devils, man. Cause you're the left and we're the right. You're evil and we're good, So eventually evil's gonna take back the planet Earth, man. Salak, slip of the tongue. Eventually righteousness is gonna take back the planet Earth, man. And righteousness, man. And my people has been living it up, in this hellhole, man. The 2/3, man. But eventually women are gonna be put back in order, man. And I deal with the black women occasionally, man. And all they have is funky attitudes, man. Most 99% of these black ass women, man, they're stuck up 2-faced bitches, man. That has nothing good going. So they gotta make sure that they shit on you, man. But all this is gonna be turned around, man. Man, America has been a hardcore lesson, man. All my people who all the Israelites, man, that sold out, that took the bag, y'all gonna pay, man. Y'all gonna pay for selling out and converting your people to do evil, man, and encouraging your people to do evil, man. And our people can't go any lower, man. Our people has been low, man. Has been brought low in America, man. U.S. tennis star Stephens discussed freezing her eggs, man. She can't even, I don't know how it goes, but that's crazy, man. And the shit that my people do with the money that they get, they lose it in a year, man. Not even 3 years or 2 years or so, man. Because of the curses, man. The curses are still on their ass, man. So imagine having money and then the curses still being on you, man. And you just chasing the money, and you gotta stoop lower and lower, because that's how Esau wants you to be, man. Man, waking up 9 to 5 it's gonna come to an end, brothers. We eventually gonna have to be as pilgrims on the planet Earth, man. This shit is gonna come to an end, man. Esau, Edom, they eventually gonna come to an end, but being under subjection of Esau, Edom is eventually gonna come to an end, brothers. We about to be converted back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. They'll eventually take care of us when Jacob's trouble happens, man. When all hell breaks loose, We're gonna be converted back under their care, man, under their protection, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has always taken care of us, man, as a people. He's always taken care of us. Yeah, he got angry and he whooped our ass, from time to time. But other than that, man, we always ate, we had food, we had water, we had more than enough, man. And all he wanted us was just to follow his commandments, man. The laws set in place, But yeah, man, we about to be back under Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's full care, man. And these devils, man, it's like I can't explain it, man. It's like a partnership, but it's parasites. It's like a parasite partnership. They don't want us to go, but they it's like Esau and Edom. They really need Israel, man. Israel don't need them. They need Israel, man. They can't survive without Israel, man. They can't be America without Israel, man. Israel has a big part to play in this society, man. This is why they dumb down our people and they keep them in the slums and then slow and then materialistic, trying to keep up with all the latest trends, clothing, so forth, man, because they need our people, man. Our people don't need these heathens, man. They don't need to be attached to these heathens, But sooner or later, man, we're going to be under the care of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, at least the elect, man. The ones that want to turn back, man. Other than that, are the 2/3, man, they're going to look towards Esau, Edom. They're going to look towards this heathen nation to protect them, man, and to keep them, man. But they're going to be out here as the devils that they are, man, destroying and killing, man. That's all the heathens do, man, is destroy and kill each other. But yeah, I just wanted to rant, man. It's been a long week, and you get tired, man. You get tired of seeing our people, seeing them, and then seeing the stupid shit that they do, And it's crazy how we're living in the last days, man, and our people still think money is everything, man. Yeah, we need money to get around. We need money to do to pay our bills and do certain shit, but everything in your whole existence shouldn't be around money, man. And if and it shows how stupid our people are, man, because soon money is going to be done away with, man. Money is going to be done away with, and it's going to be digital. It's going to be up there in the cloud, man. It's going to be up there in your hand, man. It's going to be in your hand, man. Money is going to be in the cloud somewhere, connected to that damn chip in your hand, man. Because Esau and Edom, man, they're going to come with the NWO, man, because they see that their kingdom is failing, man. So they're going to go all out, They're going to go all out, man. And to hell, man. To hell with our people, man. The 2/3, they treat us like shit, man. They treat us like shit, and then they're gonna try to crawl to us when all hell breaks loose, trying to figure out what's going on, man. To hell with them, man. To hell with the 2/3, man. They treat us like shit when Esau was giving them presents and teats, man. To do evil, man. You get rewarded to do evil on this side, man. But to do righteousness it's looked down upon. It's a disgrace. To not eat pork and not eat lobster, man, and so forth. It's a disgrace. People look at you as being weird, man. And then 2/3, man. The rappers, man, they encourage it, man. And the funny thing is, most of these rappers, they know that the world is gonna end in nuclear destruction, man, and that they're gonna burn, man. They're gonna be shot with lasers, man. You know, most of these rappers know, man. You know, look at the videos, man. You know, if you listen to the lyrics that these rappers be saying, man, they know that they're gonna be burnt alive, man, in that nuclear destruction, man, and shot with lasers, man. You know, for example, Travis Scott, Stop Trying to Be God, man, getting shot by a chariot, man. The angels shot him, and his whole skin was getting peeled, man. You know, by there's another one, Future, man. You know, he said, "Count so much money to my skin peel, man." So they know that since they took the bag, there's a punishment for that, man. There's a punishment for leading your people astray and encourage them to do evil, man. To encouraging them to go against the grain, man. You know, and he knows that he's gonna be in that nuclear destruction, man. People in these rappers, man, they know that the prophets are out here on the highways and byways, man. They know that, man. You know, but they have sold their soul to Esau and Edom, man. So they have to promote wickedness. You know, they have to promote saying talking shit to the prophets, man. You know, through their music, man. They promote this, man. You know. But sooner or later, man, America's gonna fall, man, and I can't wait. I can't wait, man, to the day we don't have to go to work no more. I can't wait to the day that we can see the 2/3 faces and their smiles is being turned upside down because they have been lied to and they've been living a lie. You know? The 2/3 have been living a lie and they love it. They love living a lie, man. They love coming home, celebrating Christmas, celebrating birthdays, you know, going back to work, you know, eating pork chops, you know, and it gets old, man. It gets old, man. Our people don't have nothing here, man. Nor do they have a mindset of nation building, man. You know, our people don't have a mindset of building together, man. You know, it's always I gotta get my money and you know, it's always a selfish mindset with our people, man. And that's what America has taught them, man. To exploit, do harm, and kill our people, man. You know, that's why we have a black fatigue, man. Because our people has been set up to exploit, do harm, and to destroy our own people, man. But going against these other nations, these other heathens, man, you know, our people look at us as being evil and as being mean, and especially Christianity has destroyed our people, man. You know, and that was Edom's exploit, you know, to get our people to be delusional, man, to be stupid, man. You know, because if you really look at Christianity is retarded, man. You know, people don't even really think for themselves, man. Nor have a shepherd that's not gonna lead them to the slaughter, man. You know, Christianity has exploited our people, and numerous pastors have been caught touching little boys and little girls, man. You know, numerous pastors, man. And these are pastors from big churches and so forth, man. So it goes to show you that uh basically these are just whorehouses, man. You know, you go to church, man. It's like damn near going to a damn strip club, man. You know, and let's be honest, man. What time have you ever not uh want to go to church to look at who's all gonna be there and what they gonna be wearing, man? You know, these women have their boobs hanging out. You know, wearing tight ass clothes, man. You know, you can see their ass in high heels. Basically, they going to church, man. They go to church just to go to a damn strip club after church, man. Or they come from a church. They come from a strip club last night to a church, man. You know. So this earth, man, it's gonna be burnt up and done away with, man. The shit that we think is so important, it's not gonna be important no more, man. And that's the beauty of it, man. The shit that we stress about, brothers, the shit that we really think that's so important, in the moment, it's not gonna be important anymore, man. You know? And I always try to say this, man. Our reality is so if you don't look in first person, which most people, they look in first person. It's all about them. It's all about me, 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 me. You know? But if you stop and take a second, man, and you look in third person, man, the angels are everywhere, man. They're watching, you know. They're moving in the fourth dimension in the physical realm, man. Apparitions are everywhere, man. They're moving in the fourth dimension and in the physical realm, man. You know? People don't even look up anymore, man. If you look up, man, you'll see chariots flying above you, man. While you're so worried about getting to work, man, the chariots are right there watching and patrolling and writing down everything that goes on, man. Our world is so one-sided, man. Our world is so evil, man. You go on the internet, man, all you see is these women so attention deprived, man. Women are attention deprived, man. They go on the internet just so they can get 2 or 3 comments saying that they're beautiful every day, just so that they can feel good about themselves, man. Our men are sexual deprived, man. Cause how the women hold the box as a damn near safe, man. And she picks and chooses who she'll give the code to, man. And 9 times out of 10, it's a hood nigga, man. That ain't gonna take care of her. That does her wrong every time. And then she comes back and wanna mope and grind unto you, man. These women, man, they don't have no guidance, man. They're just out here as balloons floating in the air, man, being tugged from to and fro. And no matter how hard you try to hold the balloon, man, it slowly seeps away, man. It slowly gets away from you, man. And 9 times out of 10, man, these women, they don't have no morals about themselves, man. They'll do anything, man. The men, they don't have no guidance. They don't have no masculinity whatsoever. And they'll let their wives talk to them any kind of way. And then when a man says something that gets them upset, man, they wanna squabble, man. But then you go home and you scared of your wife. Hey, man, I can't go out tonight. My wife, she's mad at me. Which women emotions they vary, man. They're happy one day, they're happy 1 minute and then sad the other, and then mad the next minute. I deal with women every day, man. Their emotions, they're emotional, man. Women are emotional. That's why at work, man, I don't really get emotional anymore. Dealing with how these women treat me, man. You know, these women are very emotional, man, and that's why when they do get emotional and they start if you don't know, I work in retail, and they start and they'll throw down items at me, man. And have attitudes, and then try to provoke me to anger, man. They love playing mind games, and they love trying to see if you're gonna give them reaction, man. You know, especially the black women, because deep down inside, man, the black women, they're lonely. They don't have nobody to hold them at night. Nobody really loves them. They get used and abused in the family, man. You know, their emotions are they're so emotional. Nobody really wants to deal with them, man. Nobody really wants to be around them. The heathens, they'll smile in the black women's face all day, man, because they get a whole bunch of black women to buy their products, to come to their stores and buy their shit. But deep down inside, man, these heathens, they fucking hate the black woman, man. They fucking hate her attitude. They hate how loud she gets, man. They hate how she tries to intimidate them, man. The black woman walks around like she's a fucking man, man. She tries to intimidate other men in a society where if you put these women in their fucking place, you could go to jail, In a society where if you tell a woman about herself, not putting hands on her, but telling her about herself, you get persecuted and looked down as a sassy apocalypse, man, as something retarded, man. But these women are gonna find out the hard way when all hell breaks loose. No matter how hard these women can act or look, man, when they're put into a situation where they have to be masculine, man, they can't do it. They break down and cry, man. They can't do it. These women fucking, they just can't do it, man. And it doesn't even have to be a real serious situation. It can be something simple, But I seen it numerous times, man. Men, any confrontational settings, these women, they buckle down, man. They buckle up, man. They can't handle stress, man. They can't handle making harsh and quick decisions, man. Serious decisions, man. Most of these women, man, they're gonna learn it the hard way, man. Cause most of these women, they're under influence, drugs, etc. Using vapes, man. Vapes, they make you anxious, man. And they use the mess out of vapes, man. They use vapes as damn therapy. These women are lost, man. They use drugs as therapy in America, man. And then social media buffs them up, make them big-headed, man, and think they can walk around like their shit doesn't stink, man. But she goes to the restroom, to hit her vape, man. Every once in a while, man, because she feels insecure or she gets emotional. These women use drugs as therapy, man, in America. Most of these young women are on some type of substance, man. This is why we gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. And the 2/3, man, they want to stay here, man. But the longer you stay here, the longer this place kills you, man. This place will eventually kill us, man. This place will eventually kill us, man. The way that we're going, this place is slowly killing us, man. The food that we eat, man. Have you noticed some foods that you eat, you get anxious from it? You get anxious, you know? Like Red 40, you know, you get real anxious when you eat Red 40, man. You get anxious from Red 40, man. They put chemicals in our foods, you know, that gets you sick, that gets you anxious, that change your mood, how you feel, you know. You know, they do chemical warfare, man, on the people, man. You know, this is why if you eat fast food, brothers, you know, I'm not saying, you know, cut it out 100%, man. You know, because sometimes I slip, man, and I'll grab me some fast food, man. You know, but if you get you know cut off fast food, man. You know, or if you get fast food, get something that's a mom and pop shop, man. You know, that they make by hand, they cook it or something, a Mediterranean food shop or something. You know, man. But we are here, brothers. This place cannot get any worse than this, man. You know. At least while this society is up, man. This place cannot get any worse, man. This society has been man, we live amongst psychos, man. We live amongst retarded people, man. People are retarded out here, man. People don't know what the fuck is going on. We live amongst people who have different outlooks on life, man. And they're basically retarded psychos, man. You know, people have different stupid outlooks on life, man. People are evil out here, man. So many child traffickers are out here, man. So many kidnappers are out here. So many psychos are out here, man. And they walk among us day to day, man. You know, like they're regular people. You know, they try to fit in with society, man. You know, only if we knew, brothers. You know, this is why we need the angels to protect us, man. Cause these people are evil, man. They're evil out here, man. But man, we're here, Esau. Y'all might as well just come with it, man. Come with it, man. Enough stalling, man. You know, put into play that your forefathers have been telling you, has been wanting to do for ages, man. Put into play, man. Hurry up with it, man. Look at this damn devil, man. And all these damn devils do is just lie and deceive, man. You know, they're the real cancers of the earth, man. All they do is lie and deceive, man. And then you stupid ass people, y'all believe them. Y'all believe, you know how many people, brothers, you know how many people was down with Trump 2025, Trump 2022, so forth. I think it was Biden back in 2022, but you know, brothers, them hardcore Americans, man. Trump. I'm gonna pick Trump. They were so in love and so infatuated with Trump. Now they see what the niggas doing. Now they want to get his ass out of office. Now people are like, I don't like Trump now. I don't vote for Trump. He said he was gonna do this. He was gonna do that. and he didn't do it. Man, this is the same election that we went through with Obama, that we went through with Biden, that we went through. It's the same shit, man. They say one thing and they don't do it, man. They say one thing and do another. It's like people don't learn, man, or they don't think for themselves, man. But America was only here for the Israelites to be punished, man, to learn a lesson, man. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is gonna do away with America because he doesn't need America no more. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is not gonna need America anymore, man. America was put here for us to be brought back for us to serve in captivity, man. Now, since our punishment is almost over, he's not gonna need America. So what is he gonna do with this? It was put here to put us in captivity and to learn what it is to be under an evil, wicked man. To be under to show us wickedness, man. Yahweh Shai, he's not gonna need America anymore. And Yahweh Shai, man, he's a stern power. Our power is a stern power, man. So when he doesn't care about you or the heathen nations, which he doesn't care about the heathen nations, but I'm making a point. When he doesn't care, man, he doesn't care, man. He's gonna do away with America, man. America's gonna be no more. And he's not gonna bat an eye. He's not gonna lift up a tear for America, man. He's not gonna lift up oh man, y'all should have stayed there any longer. No, man. When he's done with something, he's done. Just like when he turned his back against the nation of Israel, man. Look at all the brutal and cruel judgments that we had to go through as a people, man. That's because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua turned his back on us, man. And he said he was done with us, man. So how much more when these heathen, when he's done with using these heathens to punish us, man. These heathens, man, are gonna be put back in their place. They're gonna be put back under our footstool, man. They're gonna be as our footstool, man. They're gonna be put back under our feet, man. They're only prideful because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has given them reign to oppress us, man, as punishment. Other than that, man, they don't have no purpose other than to serve, man. But enough ranting, man, we here. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is gonna bring back righteousness on the planet Earth, and he's gonna do away with these heathens, man. These heathens are gonna be our slaves, man. These heathens are gonna be put back under our foot where they should have been in the first place. But it's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua's rule, man. And I can't say where they should have been in the first place because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua didn't want it that way. Because if he did, it would have been so. But they're gonna be put back in their rightful place, man, as our slaves, man. These heathens, they can't cope without having no one above them, man. They need guidance, man. These heathens, they need guidance, man. They don't know how to live or how to do anything by themselves, man. They need the nation of Israel to come and rule over them, man. If you see these heathens, man, all they do is war. All they do is try to exploit and gain profit from one another, man. They need us to rule back over them, man. They don't know how to live or how to do righteousness, man. So You know, the Israelite man, we're gonna be put back into our rightful place, and these heathens, they're gonna be put back into their rightful place, man. You know, and that's how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai set it up, man. Cause these heathens, they need someone to rule over them, man. They can't be. It's like leaving a little kid to their own devices, man. You know, leaving a little infant to their own devices and saying, "I'll be right back. Don't do nothing. Don't touch nothing. You know, just watch the damn TV." You know, this little infant, can crawl and shit, and they're saying, "I'll be right back. Just watch the damn TV." Next thing you know, this damn infant has fell from a sixth flight of damn stairs, man. You know, and that's how Esau and Edom are, man. They're like little children. They need to be carefully watched. They need to be carefully under subjection under the Israelite man. You know, because they don't know any better, man. They don't know any better. They don't know how to do righteousness, man. All they know is how to do evil, man, and how to exploit and how to make war and how to lie, steal, and kill, man. This is why the Israelite man needs to come back into power, man. To take care of these heathens, man. To put them in their rightful place, and it's under the Israelite man. So all praises and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Yakwakwadah. Double and honors to the elders of GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom.